Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 bringing you another Company of Heroes to Replay, brought to you by, actually the community. So, I've been getting a lot of requests as of late to double check a site called coh2.org, simply because of the fact that people want me to cast some higher level replays, and they're like, oh Greyshot, you never cast like MLG replays and other things. Well, I mean, if people would send them to me, that would be fine. But that being said, it was prevalent enough to where I'm like, alright, let me check out this site. I've gotten a replay or two and I've downloaded it immediately. But I went on and I wanted to see, like, okay, what replays are on there. And I looked through and I'm like, and this one was highly requested by many people and highly watched. I'm like, alright, let's check this one out. And the reason I do this is, this way, again, from what people say, this is a higher level replay with tactics, although if I double check ranking, he did say, let's see. Yeah, they're pretty much all high level. So I want to go over this because, again, this will maybe go over some more tactics that people want to see. Of course, I'm still taking people's replays, and that will be a new source, so if people want to see that. Dick, move over here instantly, just putting it down. That way it blocks, I guess, route over here. You can shoot it and easily kill it. But at least in this capacity, it stops people from coming through. But at least this capacity will give a replay to show something maybe a little bit different they don't normally see. But it was sent in by Aerofield. Also, Stern Panther, another allied player, Americans. We have British and American versus 2 OKW. We have Zark Cloud with Elite Armor Doctrine. I like this game already. Again, this guy's doing an interesting job of just closing everything down, making sure the allies can't push. Let's see, this American... Alright, 2 different ways to come through here. Very nice. Technically, you can come through here, I guess. Like, break it down, sneak up from behind. But he's definitely locking it down, really. Oh, wow, and put a point here. Negative cover, some heavy cover. Yeah, they're doing a lot of awesome things with sandbags and that heavy that pretty much barricades, make sure the enemy has a hard time pushing up and has no cover. But that being said, the allies are gaining a lot more territory. You can see here they are pushing through, even going so far to cap the victory point. So we'll see how well and how that goes. Let's see. On the flip side, the Axis have done the same thing. We can see here this guy's waiting for an ambush. He wants us to overrun most likely the British player. Because, again, if the British player comes up with a light infantry section or something like that, certain pioneers, if they can close the gap, can just annihilate that infantry. So we'll see how well that goes. Kubo running in. I'm guessing he's trying to run in for support. Maybe it was a misclick, something along those lines. I don't know. But, yeah, he better get the heck out of there. We have another big push of OKW forces going in through mid. But we have a UC carrier over here. That can really help turn the tide. It's a really good support vehicle, especially if you upgrade it with the MG or even... Again, the flamethrower on this thing is just, like, amazing. It reminds me of, like, a battle bot. And if anyone ever watched the kid BattleBots, the show, I love that show. It's actually where Grant Imahara was before on Ghostbusters. Not Ghostbusters, Mythbusters. Oh, boy. But no, it's the flamethrower on that is just devastating. Actually, they recently had a BattleBot, and the reason why I just thought of it was there was a flamethrower on the BattleBot variant, and one of the BattleBots attacked the one and blew it up. Like it combusted because of the flamethrower in it, which was incredible to see on stage. Anyway, it looks like they are double teaming, pushing up. A nice idea with the trench. Curious why you put it facing... I mean, trench you can only face forward or backward. You can't face the trench on the sides, which is a good and bad thing with it. It provides some heavy cover, but a definite issue. And we can see here, maybe he's providing this to... Actually, I'm not really sure why he added these two. Maybe to block them from getting in, but you could easily do that anyway. You can't really block someone from getting in unless you put it, like, really far. Okay, Volk Squad being pushed back. You haven't picked a building yet. You did pick the medical building, so get back on the front line. Right next to the fuel point, which you're versing a British and as a British and an American player, that could be very bad for you to be like, yeah, we're putting an HQ here. Artillery annihilates it. I'm talking a little bit too much about the Axis. Let's talk about the Allies. So let's see, a lot of frontline infantry. And then we also have a decent frontline infantry, some MGs, UC carrier. Yeah, so the Axis definitely have the advantage, but the Allies are coming back pretty hard. We can see they have a nice, good detachment mid. I mean, the Axis are waiting, but the Allies just have more firepower on their side. So we'll see how well that goes. Although, really nice swing, again, decapping a certain point, cutting off their territory. Really smart for the Axis to do. Again, something I don't... Usually people just, like, kind of even out on the line. These guys are like, oh, no, we're going everywhere. We're going to decap everything we possibly can. Like this guy, it's like, I'm going to decap the star because that's what we need to decap. So let's see, again... Trying to kill this unit. What would be great is if you had a grenade. That would probably be really good. Because unfortunately this guy, especially with the squad here and the squad over here, making it very difficult to get him out of the building. Although a flamethrower helps. Just annihilates. And the great thing about this flamethrower is it's prevalent. It stays on the ground. Unfortunately, we can see here that this fighting position is going to be annihilated. This is why when I say like to GTA, like, oh, GTA is like, well... The Americans have a frontline MG, and then one fire grenade is enough to kill it. A bunker, it would survive at one, or like it could survive more than one. A Wehrmacht bunker or an OKW bunker. So the American player, aka Stern Panthers, over here, taking back that territory. Aerosmith's on the right. Let's see, did he upgrade yet? Yes, he hasn't. He went for the armored car. I think that's a smart move. I think Bofer might, especially on this small of a map, maybe, although great for cutting off points, very easy for artillery to kill it, so I don't think that would be such a great idea. Nice flame. Causing a little extra damage to him while he runs. Is he on fire? No, he's not on fire. God dang it. Was hoping he would be on fire. But yeah, that armored car will allow them to push against the OKW forces without really facing any issue. Plus, they could really own these Kubels. And I like how they're, even though this is a small map, they're using Kubels to recap territory just very quickly and then get the hell out of there. So that way they're not under constant fire. Again, I'm not saying this is like a sign of you're versing a high-level player, but you're at least versing a dick player if they're like, okay, put the heavy cover in the direction the enemy is coming toward us so we can get the heavy cover and they get nothing. And we can instantly annihilate them. But we'll see how that goes. Let's see, Sturm Panther... Okay, this is the artillery I'm talking about. So even though the British and the Americans don't have native heavy artillery, with their commanders, they can get some. For example, the Calliope, very good, very deadly, and especially at like this key position, could annihilate a lot of this. Now, this is such a small map that you could flank around and take out that artillery very easily. But, yeah, it's something you have to watch out for. We have a huge push on mid. Very nicely done. A lot of Volk squads with Verkenwerfers guarding the flank. So, this... Again, they know about this. They know that the Universal Carrier is something you have to watch out for. So, yeah. They're making sure that that thing can't keep using its flame barrage. Because, again, they have heavy cover, but if you use the flame barrage on it, you could pretty much make that heavy cover a death trap. Now, what he might do is he might flank around to the side and burn him through the trees. That's something I've seen a few people do. I don't know if this vegetation is too dense and the flame won't go through, but I do know on some light vegetation maps the flamethrower will go through. Let's see, STG-44 is pushing through. We have a sniper. Oh, I like this already. Nice flank, kind of fail. But the sniper would be really good. You could take out a lot of those Verkenwerfers. I mean, again, they're not camouflaged right now. Well, at least one isn't. Is this? No, okay, they actually camouflaged. Okay, so they are. But again, if you get sight, sniper is great. Also, sniper provides a little bit of extra range, so you can see with the MG, like, unit position, so you can take it out. It's a great little helpful unit for getting extra sight. Let's see, we have Luke's over here. Very interesting. Again, so far against the American player. Let's see. Sturm, you have... Okay, so you do have an anti-tank unit, aka the Captain and the Lukes. So, sorry, to fight the Lukes, you have the Stewart. Again, good against pretty much all light targets, infantry and light armor, and even a good support tank. The Stewart is great at disabling units. Why the fuck would you send your Kubel in there? That was probably a misclick, or a click that you did and then completely forgot about it. Because now we have double support guns. I see this a lot against blobs, where again, if a unit is sending a lot of, if an enemy force is sending a lot of infantry, you use it, and it can just pepper the enemy forces very well and kind of hold them back. Okay, you have the truck here, which reminds me, okay, so Zark Cloud has built a mechanized, so they're going a nice diverse set. But now you have the headquarters here. Alright. Stuart's on the side. We have the Lukes, again, going back and forth, taking out some infantry units along the side. But, again, we can see here the Allies are getting a huge advantage. They have both munitions, and they have a lot more fuel. Well, not a lot, but a decent more fuel points captured. So, if they can keep holding that, that would be very deadly against the Axis. So let's see. The Axis player went Breakthrough Doctrine. This is great long range, especially on this map, because, again, the huge open area in the mid. You put a Yag Tiger there, and it can be very deadly. And Aerofield picked Mobile Assault Regiment. I'm of two minds of this. I think that's a good idea and a bad idea. I think it's a good idea because you could possibly use the infiltration commandos in the one building, and then also over here if you need them, or even over here. But unfortunately, there isn't that many buildings around the map, so you can't really deploy. Maybe the advanced cover would be pretty good, but the map, if you're trying to get this for the land mattress, it's such close range that you could really easily lose. I'm trying to think of a good spot. Maybe like back here or somewhere where it would be a little bit more difficult to attack it. Wow, nice job with the flame stuff. Flame attack just burning those for cannon warfare is very nice. Again, using the cover of the trees to burn so that these guys couldn't hit it. I know it's a cheap trick, but it is a tactic you can use to kind of keep your units alive. Also, I love how he's going for it still. That thing's going to burn to death. Oh, really? He's going to get it? Really? Because, again, usually when people try to get equipment that's literally on fire, they just instantly die. So, very, very curious as to why that unit actually lived. Wow, yeah, a lot of Terry control by the Allies right now. Sniper pushing up, looks like trying to take off some points. You know what would be really cool? Oh, he's doing it. Yeah, use the sniper to knock out the Kubel. Now, again, it's like, oh, yes, the guy with the STG-44 moving up. Don't you have to worry? Well, yes and no. Yeah, if he does combine fire real quickly before the MG sets up, he can annihilate that thing. But Vickers set up, very long range. Actually, if they set up a trench right here, that would be pretty good, because then you get the added bonus with the star to improve its range. So that would be really good. But again, I like, even though this is can be considered a close quarters map because it's smaller than a lot of other CH2 maps, I like how these especially the allied players, are hitting the Axis on a lot of different fronts. They're not just being coy and being like, okay, we're only going to attack you from the front, though they are doing that. They're hanging up from the side, they're taking the territory on the left. They're causing a lot of issues in different sections, which is causing the Axis a lot of trouble. Now, also, the Axis are just blobbed up in mid, honestly. Like, look at all this. This is just one big fucking clusterfuck. If the base flame hit, once again, using that heavy cover against them, they're going to stay there, they're going to burn. AT gun, I think you're facing the wrong direction. Hypothetically speaking, I think the armor is that way, unless I'm missing something, which I'm not. Let's see, we have a couple support guns. We do have a lot of basic infantry. And let's see, these guys are also coming around. Looks like Zarcloud has lost quite a few units, so we'll see how that goes. But they are pushing on this left-hand side. They don't have necessarily a Panzer Shrek, but a Panzerfaust they could all do. So this Steward has to be very careful, keep its distance, keep picking them off. Oh, we have a Panzerfaust going. One. Again, if you do a massive Panzerfaust barrage, they could possibly kill it. But again, each Panzerfaust is worth 35 munitions. We can check the OKW guy, and he has enough for a couple more, but not that, two more. And he would probably need like 3 to kill it. Okay, we have a nice, oh, I almost forgot to mention. So this doctrine also has the LMGs, which is great long range. So this guy can easily fight off the STG-44s, because the STG-44s in the Volks variety only good medium range. So, yeah. This thing is great, can pick off a lot of those forces. Very, very good. Now, we have the Luke's coming up here, again, trying to, my assumption would be to push back the American player and kind of kill the Steward. Though, as we can see here, this crew, very smart, very quick, repairing that Steward, getting it back on the lines, healing all the damage, so that way he can hold back, let's say, the Luke's. There's no way that Luke's would engage, because, again, it knows that the Steward could annihilate it. And before you say, what do you mean? This thing is meant to kill tanks and some infantry. This thing is meant to really just kill infantry and kind of help, and not really support light tanks. And you can see here, shell shock and point blank engine shot would just annihilate, let's say, the Lukes. Although, again, it's not saying that the Lukes can't do damage against it, but this thing has more specials against armor, while this thing is more specials against infantry. But we do have a pushover here. Again, they want to open up a different area. I like that. They know if they keep fighting in the middle, they're going to lose. So they want to open it up. And they have a nice wide range of forces to do so. SCG-44s for medium range. Lukes can get stuff very far. And the Verkenwerfers keep the armor back from killing the Lukes. Again, not dumb players by any stretch of the imagination. Though, again, the Allies are not so dumb either. They tried to flank around. But it looks like that might have not been the greatest idea. And unfortunately, we can see here they're trying to do a push on the right, so they're trying to hit the flanks. Though, as we can see, it's not exactly working as great on the right. They're being hit quite a bit. I'm assuming that was a great AT shot on Kubel. Yeah, it was. And they're still holding mid pretty well, although we can see here they're trying to flank around and now come out. Support guns firing. That's bad. There's a lot of infantry. Get the hell out of there. Oh, we have a mortar emplacement. Alright, so yeah, they have a front line. My fear is with this front line is that it's right next to this point. We can see here that this guy went assault artillery. Doing that special right here would essentially annihilate a lot of forces within this center, which if you have a heal point, I'm sorry, when you have 2 heal points on that point where artillery can be concentrated on, that is a big no-no, because you could essentially annihilate 2 large armies by killing it. Alright, so anyway, but by just using that special ability on here, which would be devastating to the enemy. Now, I do think... Alright, so we have a Jagdpanzer. Again, great AT, good for holding that stuff back. And, oh my god, you see Carry, get the fuck out of there. Oh, no. And a big fiery explosion, it just gets annihilated. Although, Airfield is like, I'm not done just yet. Let me get myself a Firefly. And to be fair, in this situation, it would be great, because the Firefly has very long range, it's very capable and powerful, and it can hit a lot of targets. Plus, the missiles would stop and stun targets if they try to push up. You still have to worry about the Verkenwerfers because they are hidden, and you have to worry about that AT firing at you, because again, the Firefly does have a lot of armor, so he can't really take a lot. Oh boy. Oh wow, that's bad sign. The Stuarts also died. So yeah, the Axis are probably going to gain a small advantage at this point. The Allies have taken some critical losses, and they need to hold in the meantime and kind of regroup and figure out what they need to do. Resource-wise, it's kind of even now. With this point being taken, it should be just like 50-50. Actually, if they cap it, the Axis would have a little bit more. Touché. Again, the reason why that be, even though they have more territory, would be a little bit more even is because they do have those fuel points and a munition point, which kind of upsets losing one key point. So, Sniper still in mid, now 1 star. Again, we still have to... Let me double check. Okay, so he hasn't picked the Anvil or Hammer yet. Because I was going to think, like, if you have this and you use, like, Anvil, what you could do is you could use its special ability with the airburst and just annihilate a lot of these frontline troops that are just hiding. And you can use a sniper by getting really close, throwing it, and getting the hell out of there before they even know what's going on. Nice Lukes, 2 stars. Very good. Again, long-range infantry. Upgraded his infantry with those Brens, which make them capable long range. And I've seen, like, fully equipped Brens just knock out MGs, so you have to be very careful. Sherman Firefly, again, playing very coy. Doesn't want to move too far up, because, again, if it moves too close, the Jagdpanzer and or the Verkenwerfers could knock it out very quickly. So, again, he has to be very careful. On the right, we have, again, more Verkenwerfers. I like this because, again, he's planning. He's like, okay, just in case we have an allied charge, let's neutralize it. That the allies, we can see here through mines, are making sure that the same thing doesn't happen to them. So. Was that an MG? You put an MG right here? You know that's negative cover, right? So you wouldn't get that bonus. Alright. But the Americans... Or this American player is not going down without a fight. We have a nice wide range of forces. We have the LMGs. I wonder if he has bazooka. Yeah, okay, we have 1 bazooka. But my fear is he only has 1 bazooka. He doesn't... It looks like he upgraded them with the LMGs, which is fine. Okay, we have an AT gun here, so that can help with the Jagdpanzer. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Jagdpanzer isn't going to be like, I'm going to kill the infantry. No, but... I mean, sneaking up upon a Jagdpanzer and doing a lot of damage, very, very good. But again, he's moving his support equipment. He's not just keeping it in the same place. You could do that. I mean, the British player is doing that to hold mid. And now we have a missing... Alright, sure. Why not? Just why not? that sometimes happens. It's a glitch in COH2. Oh! Oh my god, wait, the Sturm Tiger! Oh no! Oh wait, no, you fucked up. You fucked up. Oh wow, that was a quick fire. Do you have a special on that per se? No, you don't. I don't see anything. For Cannon Warfare you do. Oh, that's actually a really good one. I like that ability. Recon, Calliope, Destruction. Okay, here's a quick thing. Never put the recon pass on that area you want to bomb. Just an idea. Because then they're like, oh, well, they might bomb this area. Calliope fire coming in. Doing a lot of damage. Pushing them back. Very good. Very good. By the way, in case you're saying, like, what I mean by he fucked up. He let the Sturm Tiger pushed up, and my idea was the fact he was going to do enough damage for them to cripple the Sturm Tiger, but the Sturm Tiger was able to fire quick enough to where that wasn't the case. So that's what I meant by, like, oh, he fucked up and then just was, like, silent. Because I'm like, oh, he didn't. He actually did a good job. But yeah, we can see here the Axis are losing quite a bit of forces. They're now, I like how this game keeps swaying back and forth. You think the Axis are going to do well, and then the Allies come back with something, and then the Axis come back with something. So we'll see how that goes. I'm assuming that this guy's going to save up for a Yag. Because, again, if he gets that Yag Tiger along with the Yag Panzer for support, he could essentially snipe any armored forces over here along with fortifications if the British player design was like, hey, let's do that. Double over Cannon Warfers, again, pull them back. This situation where it probably would have been a smart idea to put an MG34 over here or something to make sure that infantry could, you know, come through here. But yeah. So you have a bit too much manpower, in my opinion. Maybe you should use that. I know you're trying to save up for the Yag, but again, if you by your current fuel income, you're not going to get it for another like 3 minutes, and that 600 more manpower you will be getting. So trust me, you'll have enough for a Yag if you again are cost effective. Now once again, they're kind of clumped up here, which could be a big no-no if again more artillery comes in. They already have some howitzers firing, which again, good job. And before you say, oh, Greyshot, he's artillery spamming. Well, remember, they have three... Wait, is that three? 1, 2... Yeah, 3 support guns on one guy, and... Okay, none on the other. But still, I get that is a decent amount of artillery to have. That's like the guy who spams 3 mortars, and it's like, oh my god, you're support spamming. And then you get 2, and then he calls you a support spammer. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, we do have a Calliope you have to worry about, but... That's armor. If the Axis were to get like 2 or 3 Stukas, that would be something. But him just having 1 Calliope, in my opinion, is not really just spamming artillery. It's just having a support unit. Because again, it's also because he has that. He also for a period of time didn't get a Jackson, so he didn't have an armored tank. So if the Axis were aware of that, they might have gotten something which could have pushed and knocked that out. I'm just balancing. I'm just saying, for every one decision you make, it's a pro, let's say, against infantry, but not so much against armor. I love this Sturm Tiger just hiding in the corner. Again, if he was smart, I say if they, again, push up through here, allow the Sturm Tiger to hold this key point, and then fire, you could knock out a lot of units in a simple push. Or you could just take out another small unit. That isn't such a bad thing. Allies, once again, pushing on the left-hand side. Again, feel bad for these guys, because again, they don't have all that great of cover. Yeah, the LMG's just tearing this guy apart. Not his 4-star Volk squad, but get the hell out of there before you lose it. And someone's not paying attention until it's a little bit too late. We do have a small push here with STG-44s. Matchers coming in. Okay, now overall, I could say the Allies are using a little too much artillery, but the problem with the Matchers, as you can currently see, it's way too close to the front line. For it to be actually effective, you have to put that thing point blank to the enemy line. And I've had multiple times when the Mattress is, let's say, firing or about to engage, the enemy will attack and just recap the Mattress. I've had that done to me, and I've had replays where it's been done to other people. So it's a mixed bag, honestly. Oh, plane crash over here. Very nice. More artillery knocking out that HQ building, which could be bad if they can't heal their forces. We have a Jackson on the flank. Maybe good? Oh, wait, no. He probably doesn't want to engage the Ag Panzer. Calliope getting rather close. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. just annihilating all that infantry and stuff by the headquarters. Again, their main target is that headquarters, because again, they're trying to neutralize that, stop the enemy from reinforcing the front, kind of turn the tide. Again, not a bad plan by any stretch of the imagination. Though, again, if you keep poking the German war machine, you may be surprised by what it can deploy. For example, they haven't really done a tremendous amount of killing infantry. We can see here they've actually done... Wow, nice job with the Sturm. I love this guy, Sturm Tiger. He's just like, he's not waiting for the big blobs. He's just slowly killing infantry unit by infantry unit, which may not be all that effective initially, but you keep doing it long enough, and yeah, that starts to add up by like you getting squad wiped by having 3 units completely squad wiped. But anyway, looks like the Allies are pushing up, trying to get closer, neutralize this base. I wonder if Aerosmith has picked anything yet. So okay, so we went Comet. Okay, on this map, not a bad idea. You want a little bit more heavy armor to combat, let's say, the possible King Tiger, or the, in this case, Jag Tiger that the enemy could deploy. The Comet is an all-around good tank. It doesn't have the armor of a Churchill, but has enough firepower that can go toe-to-toe with a Panther. Whereas the Churchill, it's more of a... It can take the shots of a Panther, but honestly, it can definitely hurt a Panther. But I wouldn't say it's necessarily the best unit to deploy to kill a Panther. Well, this poor unit. But that being said, we can currently see here a change on like the battlefield. We can definitely see that the Allies have slowly been losing a lot more infantry forces on both sides. So they're not... I mean, the Axis aren't the only ones being prone to losing losses from all the artillery. Note, we have 2 Calipes now, so I feel like this is going to bite them really hard. Simply because of the fact if that Jag Tiger deploys, which it just did, and it fires long range on... You could even destroy the mattress, in my opinion, with the Jag. Because if it fires far enough, you could... The mattress is still an equipment piece. And I've seen Yags target like AT guns and neutralize that. It takes a little bit longer, but it's still a mechanized piece of equipment that you can take out. Nice hit, trying to knock out that headquarters. But the headquarters, they're still there. They can't push up with their infantry, which makes it very difficult. And with Verkenwerfers there, armor's also a no-go. But if you keep peppering it and kind of push that back, you can definitely get in there. Now, here's the thing, though. The Axis, in the meantime, have captured this entire left flank. So they're actually getting a lot of resources right now. So while they are down on population, they're getting more resources, which can help them out to get some better armor and kind of turn the tide. Again, just being optimistic for the Axis. I know people are like, oh, Axis are overpowered, but honestly, with the recent patch, I think it's actually pretty even. I don't think really any side is necessarily overpowered. You can definitely pick commanders that screw yourself, let's say early, mid to late game, depending on what you choose. But I think this game is probably a little bit more balanced than it was. And by the way, I do wish people would send me more Allied replays. I've been getting a lot of Axis replays, which, again, if you're saying Allies are overpowered, or Axis is overpowered, all I've been getting is Axis replays as of late, although I had a big swarm of Allied replays. So again, it's just a mixed bag. And don't before you say, oh, Greyshot, it's because Axis is overpowered right now. It literally comes in like ups and downs. I haven't really noticed it with balancing, other than, let's say, the British being released, and then I get a bunch of British replays. But it's just like a bunch of people send me an Allied replay, and like I will have a full like 2 weeks of Allied replays, and I'll have an Axis replay swarm, and I'll have 2 weeks full of Axis replays. So I try to have a mixed variety if possible, but sometimes that simply isn't the case. All right, Jag Tiger. Okay, Sturm Tiger, don't target something like that. Like that guy. That guy's on the front lines. He knows what he's doing. Also, really, wow. How? Oh, he's weapons free, so they can't see him. So he can decap. Oh, that's cool. That's a really cool. Wow, he's so close too. Almost Sudan, good long range, could help fight the Brens. Another plane crash, almost neutralizing this guy's infantry. If it was just a little bit more to the left. More Calliope fire. Gee, I wonder where it could be hitting. Actually, I'm actually curious. What the hell? What is it hitting? It's just hanging like this area. Okay, pull back your infantry, dudes. Oh, boy, the Jag. Firing in, I think, trying to hurt the Calliopes. Jackson maybe trying to go for a flank. Mattress coming in, firing more artillery. pushing back the infantry. Yeah, the Yag... I'm actually curious if the... Well, no, the Yag has the range. It could actually snipe the Calliope. But a King might be better because you need to get past his, like, the infantry and all these other things. I mean, don't be wrong. Your Verkenwerfer lines are good, but you need something very powerful against infantry. And the Storm Tiger's one thing, but I'm not seeing something that's, like, very good against that. So, maybe the Yag wasn't the best idea. It was interesting if they would move the Calliopes up, but I think they're smart enough to hide the Calliopes around the shrubs to make sure that doesn't happen. Jackson on the flank, again, trying to snipe before headquarters, and he has no AT. Nice stolen LMG, by the way, but he has no AT to really push that back. I mean, he's moving up infantry, my guess, to scare them, but we'll see how this goes. Axis also have another big conundrum. Point-wise, they need to turn this thing around because, well, to be honest, if they keep going at this rate within the next 5 minutes, this game will be over. And judging by the time that is currently left, I think the Axis may do something. Just a hint. Nice Storm Tiger shot, did a little bit more damage. Only 16 kills so far, and that's fired like 4 or 5 times, so not too bad, but I think if you really wanted to do something, you would push here and get your Storm Tiger like right here and fire this way, and then you can knock out the Calliopes. That's my opinion. You could use the shrubs and whatnot to kind of hide or move it through this way so it's not seen. But I feel like that would be a good shot. But you need to gain control over this point. So I would send, let's see, your infantry. Try to retake this so as a big push. So that way, if they keep the Calliopes there, just be like, oh, he's not gonna win. Boom, fire, take it out. Yeah, even like right here would be pretty good. But we have some Calliope fire on the Yag. Yag is like, I don't care. And we can see here the Yag got a nice shot on the Calliope, which he's not moving for whatever reason. So if the Yag just another like direct fire that could neutralize it. Oh, he tried. God damn, he tried. He actually fired all the way over here. So technically he could just keep firing at the Calliopes. We have a big infantry push. We have some Royal Engineers with Piats. Oh, okay, I've seen that before, where it's lighter infantry. Again, not really meant to fight other infantry, but meant to just fight armor, because again, native armor already sucks against infantry, so you don't need that strong infantry to hold against that. Wow, look at all the missiles, my god. Now I feel bad for the Axis right now, because again, we have a lot of artillery being thrown at them. But they're still holding. I mean, look at the army size. They're almost even with the allies. Almost. Almost. Let's see. Firefly on the side, though, with the Jackson. I believe GTA let me know about this, because apparently I didn't know. But they increased the Jackson's range. So, yeah, right now it's just like the valley of the tank destroyers. Because, again, they're just going back and forth with artillery in the mix. They're overseeing the entire area, making sure there's nothing that comes through. Oh, my God. And I love what this guy's doing. Again, like I said, you can destroy the quote-unquote equipment. He's destroying the AT guns. Again, may not be, like, again, very imperative he does that, but it's a necessity to knock out the AT that the Allies have and slowly produce that. Calliope's in the back. Again, we can also hear that they've been adapting. They put more of their headquarters within their base, which, good and bad. I mean, this map is so small, they don't really need a lot to gain a lot of territory. What I mean by that is you don't need to put your headquarters up on the front line, because it's so easy to get to the front line. Looks like we have a nice, was it strafing run? Yeah, kind of stopped it from capturing. Something needs to happen. Some big thing needs to change for the Axis to, gain the advantage. Now, I'm assuming something happened over here which pushed back the Comet. I'm guessing Verkenwerfers, or what's this? Maybe a Storm Tiger shot? Storm Tiger shot had to be, because we can see its star. Didn't get any more kills, but it ended up, yeah, definitely a Storm Tiger. Heard it. Nice, Yag. Yag is like, I don't care. Take you out. I believe that was another Yag shot. Again, they're pushing up. We have a lot of artillery coming in. Oh, my God. Mattress fire. Calliope fire. I mean, it will hurt armor. Don't get me wrong, but God damn. They are firing everything at those tank destroyers. But, again, Calliope fire and, well, before it was nerfed, I released a replay where it did show that Calliopes at one point were Was it? It's 16 Calliopes on one side of the field, and they all fired. There was like 8 of them that fired on the king and killed it. And I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, that was a really nice push by the Axis. It actually did a lot of damage toward the allies without taking substantial losses themselves, which is kind of hard to do when you attack, in my opinion. When you attack, unless you're a decisive victory, you can lose a lot of troops because you're going into a zone in which the defenders have the advantage. Because again, they're all firing on you while you're slowly getting eyes on them, which could be a big issue. I love how this like missing RGM is like right here and no one cares. It's like, should we figure out what this is? Nope, just keep going, keep fighting through it. Yeah, just walk through it. It'll be great. Okay, now we have a Panther. So, okay, we have something. We have Jackson guarding the flank. He's getting the hell out of there, which I don't blame him. Yag is now turning. We have random AT grenade for some reason. Calliope's on standby, ready to fire again. Comet trying to go around the flank, trying to heal their armor as quick as possible. Storm Tiger moving up again because they got vetted up. He can fire a lot quicker. Plane crash. Wow, I love how these planes keep targeting the headquarters. Like they're getting closer and closer to hitting the headquarters. Enough artillery fire, just hammer that front line once again. Axis being pushed back. But they are holding this point. Oh, don't fire, don't fire, don't fire, don't fire. Poor LMG didn't stand. I'm not. Oh my god. Poor MG. My god, not LMG. Did stand a chance with that LMG firing upon it. There we go. I can speak English. Oof. Yeah, so we have some infiltration commandos. Sure, why not? Capturing the point again, using that hold fire, so again they're not spotted. Very smart. Yeah, guarding the flank against that Jackson. He's like, get the fuck out of here, Jackson. Now, in case you're wondering what the... Okay, nice shot that at least revealed it to make him run. Stopped him from capping it. Smart. I was... You just also do that artillery assault as done by the artillery kind of in like damage in this area. You can still do a lot of damage. Let's see. If I had to guess, yeah, doing a flank would be good. If I was the allies, I would do a similar where I would kind of do a flank on this side once again and just capture this point. Nice booby trap, by the way, which is probably why I would try to flank here and just side. They wouldn't. I think a double attack like they do. A prevalent assault would probably be a lot better. Artillery can and we can see here the game is on population. That does. I love it. Yeah, he's like, just stop it. Yes, Jackson. Love the machine gun here. He's not paying attention. I'm just gonna retreat. It's fine. And well, actually, he doesn't have the munitions. But very like I said, if I was him, I'd deploy knock out a lot of this artillery. Even if I was just to go here and hit it, they don't have a lot of AT. Firefly and whatnot, I assume, is in the back. No, they lost their Firefly, most likely to the Yag, I assume, right? 2 vehicles destroyed. That would be my assumption. Either the Yag Panther, one of the two. I like the Lukes here as well. Again, if they do hold fire, they could use it also with the camouflage to kind of get a little bit more range, so they can see. Wow, nice shot with the Yag. Really nice shot. They need to capture that point though, otherwise they're going to lose by points. But that being said, knocking out some of the Calliopes, that's pretty huge. Now you just need to take out this 3-star mattress, which has 31 kills, so good job. Hawatch's, you copying the Hawatch's design has worked out flawlessly. Also, a 2-star Yag is nothing to sneeze at. Like I said, I feel like the Calliope over here would be beautiful because you could fire it, take out all this. I would move that up maybe. I know they're worried about the AT, but I feel like for once the Axis are not pushing up all that much. Oh, right here. Right here. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. I have a soft spot for the Storm Tiger. How do you miss? How do you go and miss? Oh, wait, no. The infantry's right here. I didn't even see that. Awesome. If you knock out the 3-star mattress, that's a big blow. Yep, lost the mattress. We have another Calliope set. Trying to dish out there. No! Wait, why the fuck would you reload on the middle point? That's the only way that would happen. Where it's that high health and it would be decommissioned. Why would you reload? Oh, wait. Oh. Maybe that was a really ballsy tactic so you could fire again? Oh, no. Oh! Oh my god, that's a huge blow. The Sturm. That's why you don't blob your forces when you know the enemy has the Sturm Tiger. More artillery. Again, they're trying to stop the Axis from taking control of that point. Although we can see here the Yag is being like, no. A nice shot with the Panther. Not as much damage, but at least knocking out its main gun so we can't fire for a period of time. Firefly, though, guarding the side, making sure the Panther can't push up anymore. If I was the Panther, I would pull back immediately. Although it looks like the Firefly is just out of range. By like 10 feet. Oh, wow. No, Yag is not out of range, though. Yag is like, I'm sorry, are you shooting my friend? Very lucky that the Yag Panzer didn't kill it. Yag Panzer are pulling back. And, yeah, both sides took some heavy losses. We have some heavy infantry losses in both. Let's see. Yeah, this guy lost. Sorry. Sturm Panther, which something that people keep saying should be in this game. But I'm just like, okay, they can't put every single tank in the game. They're going to just try to make a balanced game. Losses on both. Yeah. Use's side. Zark Cloud lost a bunch of infantry. Sturm Panther lost infantry. Yeah, it's just all around losses. And now the Allies. Alright, maybe able to turn the tide. Although, once again, we have the Yag here. And if they fire anything from a Calliope, it's screwed. They are controlling mid. And we can see here they did push over here. Though he did deploy commandos, which looks like severely depleted his manpower. Which may have stopped him from getting actual armor. Something actually maybe a little bit more effective than just commandos. Let's recap this point. Oh, very nice. Explosive. We can see here the supporting fire. Does a lot of damage versus infantry as long as it stays in the vicinity. Very nice. If they can kill it, or make a retreat, which they did, then maybe they can capture this point. Jackson moving up. That's a big no-no. For obvious reasons. And now the Axis have a slight advantage, in my opinion. Just also resource-wise, they have a big advantage. Nice Yag Panzer hiding in the distance. Oh no! If he keeps chasing this thing down, it could kill the Comet, which could be very, very big. Sturm moving up. Once again, would love it if he flank. Again, they have nothing up here. You could annihilate all this. You could use the signal relay. You would see where the armor is, and bing, bada, boom, you knock out everything. Although, I see that you're trying to knock out this. It would be amazing if he accidentally shot his Panther and killed both of, like, himself. That would be incredible. That would be the best fail of all time in this game. But alas, he did not. And the Comet lived, so have to worry about that. It looks like... Yeah, he lost the Yag Panzer. Most likely he tried to get in there and... the mine! The mine he set there, I believe, originally knocked it out. Again, why I always... vouch for mines, and why always put mines everywhere. Yeah, probably should move that back and get a heal, honestly. A lot of forces being pushed back. It's the first time I've really seen, since the beginning of the game, the Axis pushing up, like, into allied lines. So, yeah, that could be a big, big issue, unless they somehow turn the tide. They are still capturing this point, though, which is astounding. Yeah. Okay, we have a Yag Panzer back on the field. Sturm Tiger with 19 kills. Almost vetted up. Calliope firing. Once again, there's no mines over here. Signal relay. You wait. Oh my God. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Zarcloud, you have 700 fucking munitions. I'm gonna call bullshit on this. Okay, dude. Do you know how many units you would have saved if you mined up this area and mine up this area? And before you say, oh, Greyshot, he is a Stern Pioneer that was healing his Panther. Dude, he has a thing back here which he could heal his Panther. And you could use that signal relay to help the Yag out so we could detect it. I mean, the Yag's 3 stars, so it's been doing just fine without it. But dear Lord, think about how effective they would be at neutralizing the Calliopes, the Jacksons, the Fireflies, if they knew where they were. Oh, wow. Yeah, Zarcloud, you may have just fucked up the game if the Axis lose. You may win. Who knows? I don't know. But you're definitely putting in like a big strain on yourself by not using those resources. I mean, the Allies are using everything they have, and they don't have like a big clump of resources unless they literally can't deploy resources or they tried to save themselves. If you didn't capture this point, it might have, again, they're trying to make sure they hold all the points to win this game. Unfortunately, that didn't help them in the long run, but at least he tried. I understand. With not using this, when you have the ability to help out your team, kind of a dick move, in my opinion. Just kind of a dick move. So, yeah, let's see here. A lot of infantry being killed here. Calliopes. We have 3 Calliopes on the left, so yeah. I will honestly say the Stern Panther is at this point spamming artillery. When you have 3 Calliopes, I will say, you are spamming artillery. Though, I think he should probably be changing. I mean, if you look over here... Why did you fire your... I mean, okay, congratulations. You killed the unit. Congrats. Also, what the fuck is with all the MGs? You know they still have Calliopes, right? Having a mobile army might be effective. I get it. You want to put 2 MGs here. That's fine. But you don't need 4 MGs. A lot of artillery fire, but there's a lot of armor right there. Just a little far back for the Yag to hit them. Also, this is an example of a comet flanks around and screws you over. You know what would be great to counter that? Mines. 800 munitions now. But again, they have a wide range of forces. I like they have a 4-star Lukes. Which again, if you do that, is pretty awesome. Again, it by itself, if you get 5 stars, will suppress infantry. So you don't need more than like 3 or 4 MGs. The Lukes will do it for you. Russian is going to cap the... Oh, wow. They suppressed it before it could get in there. Ah, shoot. Volk squad capping this territory. Pushing the Allies down. And again, the Allies don't start turning the tide. It can be very bad for them. You need to start getting back some points. But yeah, my problem is now the Axis are like, okay, we're going to capitalize on just firing in the front. Oh, look, a flank. Hey, man, you maybe want to support your teammate by a flank? Actually, I just realized that the Stuka died from earlier. I'm guessing Calliope fire or something killed it, but I don't... not entirely sure. Wow, more infantry pushing through. It's like they aren't being suppressed because MG34s are terrible unless you vet them up. But if you sacrifice them to the holy god Cthulhu, they're not going to get ranked up. It's like, what? 36 kills. You're literally about to get suppression with the Lukes. You're so close, and that would literally stop them from capturing the point. Nice Tiger fire. Again, push back the Calliopes. Yeah, and he did lose his Firefly, so... Wow, 4-star. 4-star Yag. Add enough artillery fire trying to kill this thing, I assume. But yeah, the biggest issue I find right now is the fact that the Axis are not flanking. The Allies are at least trying, and that's kind of helping them out. But yeah, the Axis need... Wow, once again, going in there. Find it. Okay, booby trap territory. That worked. And he can't see it because of the smoke. What? Oh, do you... Nice Storm Tiger shot, I guess? Oh, look, you have 2 MGs that are barely alive, and you're getting more MGs. You know what'd be better? Just having your Lukes on the front line. Like, seriously, they're not gonna have a comment like, oh boy, we're gonna rush up and kill the damn Lukes. Like, no. Suppression run trying to stop the Axis from capturing the point, which in turn didn't help. Because again, you're being suppressed so much. Oh look, 5 stars! Congratulations, you now have suppression. But you know what we are, congratulations, you have suppression. But keep that there, and they won't capture the point. Unfortunately, Stern Panther, what I'm going to say to you is, go get something other than Calliopes. That may help you. Because Calliope fire, while deadly, is not going to help you kill the Yag. Although I love how this guy's Yag Panzer's like, I'm just going to go after him because I really don't care at this point. I love how, like, Muse's like, dude, I don't have any munitions. I really need to focus. Like, I'm barely hanging on. I barely have enough for, like, a Panzerfaust if they flank me. How are you doing on munitions, man? Or resource-wise? I have a decent amount of fuel. Yeah, I have a decent amount of fuel, too, Use. Look, I don't have a lot of munitions, though. I only have 1,000. What? Yeah, I only have 1,000. Have you been Panzerfausting? Not really. Have you been using your special? No. Have you upgraded your armor to have something? Nuh-uh. Yeah. So, trying to capture mid. Actually, it's funny because the allies are incredibly wow. Nice shot. The allies are incredibly close to winning, but they can't break the Axis. They can't, and they're slowly but surely decreasing. By the way, if you go back there and at least set that booby trap, that was cool. That was a cool point. That was a really cool thing to do. Again, guarding a point. But your specials and whatnot and all the artillery, like, this guy is getting more MGs. That's the only way this has been happening. And they've just been murdering him. It's like, why? Nice job, at least, with the Jagdpanzer trying to rush in there. But you know what would be a lot better? Hold on. The Panther! The Panther rushing in there and killing all this stuff. Because this guy is 1 tank. A Comet tank. A Jagdpanzer's gonna have a tough time getting the hell out of there. But a Panther blitz out of there. It's 2 stars. It has the armored skirts. It's fine. Looks like we have some smoke coming down, I assume, to try to get in there. Again, he could upgrade for smoke screen, and maybe that would help him out. The same thing I could say is over here. I mean, don't get me wrong, that it wouldn't help with the booby trap territory, but you could use smoke and then decap that territory, and they can't do anything about it. Oh, look! This thing, suppressing infantry. It's amazing. Yeah, I don't know what this thing thinks it's going to do, but it's going guns blazing. And now they have a 5-star Yag, so... Oh, we have... Okay, you know what? You know what would be helpful? You know what would be helpful, dude? Turning it slightly and doing this so you can see farther. So you get to hurt it. Also be helpful? Moving it the fuck back. Yeah, this is the problem with the allies, I find. They also... Okay, never mind. Well, they have 1. But they don't have, like, a huge substantial defense to stop the Axis from pushing up all that much. Calliopes are helpful with the artillery, but... I mean, like... Yeah. Thinking about it, I mean, I get it. They want to control the point. They want to make sure. But I'm just saying, you have enough resources to which you could probably get another Panther if you send it around. You trying to snipe from in front, not going to work. Going from around, probably a better idea. Also, moving up the Yag, probably also a good idea. But, you know, I digress. Also, probably having the Yag just firing on this thing would probably be pretty good. Move back the Lukes. God damn it. Again. Take aim. Increases range. I swear to God, if you lose both the Lukes and this, I'm... Oh, good. You bounced. Oh, look. The Yag's like, fine. I have to move in this. And by the way, this takes up a lot of resources. Or a lot more than he has. Well, this guy has 1,100 munitions. Oh, my God. Please, go for it. For the love of God, Axis. The love that is all that... For the love that everything that is holy in Cthulhu, please. Sure. Let's kill the MG. Absolutely. That's the big issue you currently have. Wow, 25 points. Again, he's trying to rush over here to cap the point. Not gonna work. Oh, look, mines to stop you from running up there again. And no infantry. Nice try with the Yag trying to shoot him. We have a pinch Fusilier squad there. Wow, oh my God, you smokes that the MG can't see. That's really smart. I don't know if that was an accident or what. Calliope fire there again. We can see 4 fucking Calliopes. Dude, keep the Yag on the front. They're going to fire more Calliopes. Your Yag can take the hits. You have allied support. They're just going to keep annihilating. Why you go? Oh my God. Where's your stern tiger? Oh, it's reloading. Yep, that's GG. That's GG. Wow, Panther might actually win that, but it won't matter. We have enough Calliope fire to fill that middle area for quite some time. Nice shot, by the way, with the Yag. Dude, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, wow. 7.6. Oh, nice shot, though. Oh, both of them are down. Yep, that's GG. They lost. Oh, look, another MG. And that's game. I'm actually curious. I just want to see how much damage that guy did. Yep, 82,000 damage. Oh, like guaranteed. 196 kills, but Hans did so much better. And again, the Yag took up how much of that? Yeah, 43,000. Not bad. 11 kills. How many of those with vehicles? Let's see. Killed 5 vehicles. And again, the supporting fire took out a lot of shots. But goddamn, the Axis had it in the bag. And yet, they were so keen on pushing through enemy territory here. But not once did I see a push over here. And anytime I see that, my first initial reaction is like, guys, flank around the right. Like, if they're there, flank around. When I was playing with GTA and the enemy had like 5-star Stukas that just kept hammering us. It was me, GTA, Earth, and my brother. They had 5-star Stukas. I sent T-34s everywhere at every single point, got through their lines on a big open map, and was able to flank and knock out a lot of their Stukas. And they're to the point where they're like, get the stop it. Stop with these T-34s. Stop with the ISU-152, like spam, which they called a bitch, but, you know, I'll take whatever. But yeah, it's just like, what the fuck? In this scenario, I'm about gonna say the same thing. What the fuck? Why didn't you flank? You had a Panther, which, by the way, you could have easily pushed up. Oh, good, now you push up. I'm so happy for you. You could have done that. Before you say, oh, Greyshot, they had no idea about the armor. They had absolutely the best resource to see where their armor was, to see where the Calliopes were, to see if there was anything in that area, and to push up and flank them. And we can see here, wow, the guy on the left, aka the British player, actually, I'll take it back. Looks like both of them did it. Well, no, that's an OKW mine. Is that an OKW mine? Hold on. Yeah, it's an OKW mine, so whatever. That's not even their mines. But, yeah, It's befuddling. It's just weird that the guy that can detect enemy armor and know exactly where the enemy armor is never does that special ability to kill the Calliopes, which by far were the biggest strain in your army, were the reason why you were losing so much troops. The reason also, Zark Cloud, MGs. Why the fuck did you mass produce like 6 of them? They're MG34s. They're not gonna help you. Get something else. Get infantry, Soldaten. I don't care. Something else. You could have snuck behind their lines 2 for Kenworthers if you didn't want to. If you really didn't want to do it, 2 sneak behind 2 for Kenworthers. Because for a good chunk of the game, the allies weren't up here. You could have snuck up your Sturm Tiger, blasting him from the roof. Think how amazing would it be from Sturm Tiger right here, firing down and killing 3 Calliopes. They would have given up, almost guaranteed. They'd be like, alright, we're done. I have to give it to Muse. Muse did a lot better, in my personal opinion, at holding the line, trying to neutralize them, doing everything in his power to hold them off. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, Zark is not a bad player either. He had a 5-star Lukes and a bunch of other really good forces. Storm Panther, while I will say you spammed Artie. It's not like you tried other options and your Jacksons weren't working, so I could see why you chose that, but still, that's spam. And then I feel bad for Airfield because he kept deploying Comets and Fireflies and holding, trying to fight off the armor, and he was doing a pretty good job fighting, like doing enough damage to, let's say, a Yag and everything else. I would say it was doing pretty well. My problem is I just find that Zark Cloud was not good. It was like good in some moments, but incredibly stupid in others. Like, why did you never use this ability? Why? For such high-ranking players, that is a really stupid move. But yeah, that's game. Let's double check allies. They're almost really even. Storm Panther got a few more kills, which I have to say, think about that. The guy that had, let me double check all the Calliopes and got 121 kills with the Calliopes, only barely beat Aerofield, who again got more kills off, I'm assuming, just his basic infantry. Let's see. If I can check out damage-wise. Yeah, his infantry section. From what I look, and his Vickers and his land mattress didn't do all that much. About 3,000. All right, let's double check. Let's say 27,000 damage. So that's how much your Calliopes do. 9,000. So yeah, your Calliopes probably got way more kills. But yeah, it's just for a guy that didn't have that to get almost the even amount of kills shows you that, again, even with Aerofield picking a Doctrine, which did have a mattress. He didn't spam, by the way. He had like 1 at all times. He had a diverse set, and he was doing a lot of damage and really helpful. Storm Panther was the guy kind of weakened them. Think if this guy had like Jacksons and were flanking around the Storm Tiger, that he would have neutralized them long ago. With think about a Storm Tiger, a Jackson Calliope combo, where the Calliopes would fire, let's say 2 or 3 of them hit this area, and then you have 2 Jacksons come around the flank and neutralize that. Probably, yeah. I would say that would be incredibly deadly to the Axis. But, yeah, look, Aerofield, you played hard, and I'm glad you won. But Zark Cloud cost that game, honestly. He didn't know how to use his commander. I mean, his Storm Tiger shots were pretty good, and he got a lot of kills with it, don't get me wrong. But, like, I'm shaking my head. 12,000 manpower. That's something I expect from a noob. And this guy's a 3-star prestige player. But in any case, that's game. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And check out my Patreon channel if you want to support me even further. Again, thank you, Street, Leo, Tim, and Chris Chavez for supporting me through Patreon. Oh, and also, again, for my other Patreon supporters who didn't get to the shout out up here, but I will thank you nonetheless. In any case, check out the comments in a sec. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.